who may suffer adversity of death or bodily harm during the coverage of the elections. We wish to once again express profound gratitude to SIC PLC for this gesture to bring relief to journalists so affected. The GJA wishes to reiterate its call on political parties and other political actors to refrain from attacking journalists whose job only is to enhance transparency and fairness of the electoral process. We also wish to admonish journalists once again to be conscious about their safety and security at all times. Furthermore, we admonish the public against the spread and consumption of fake news and videos. These include police simulation exercises which were captured before the elections but are being distributed as if they happened during yesterday's elections. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I thank you for your kind attention, and may the good Lord bless us all.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. My national organizer has just alerted me that we are live on Atinkan. And may I also take the opportunity to acknowledge Mr. Justice Mengo, the Director of News at GBC Radio. He's been one person who has always graced every activity we organize here, and that is a commendable thing to do. This morning, whilst preparing to come to the press center, I had a message from the editor of newswatchgh.com, who told me about what had happened to Pius. And he had been in and out of the Ridge Hospital trying to attend to his colleague and our colleague there. So at this juncture, we want to invite Robert Dela Mawenega to come and update us on the condition of Pius as we speak now. Robert, you are most welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. President, and members of the press, my own colleagues. It's been a very devastating day for some of us. After a sleepless night, one would have expected that you would have taken a day to complete what you started. But it was around 4 o'clock thereabout when I received a call from the brother of Pius that this is what has happened to his brother, that his brother has been shot. And so, as it has been rightly been narrated by the president as well as the secretary, Pius, I had the opportunity to engage him after he got stable to find out what exactly happened. And so he narrated the story that they were in the coalition center at Ablekuma Central. I understand there are 2 buildings and one church building that has only one entrance, which is a gate, a metal gate. So it was only one entrance and one exit. And so there was no way you could get out from any other point. And so, unfortunately, while the coalition was going on, it happened that there were pink sheet issues, misunderstandings here and there between the two major political parties. And it resulted into a fight. And as a result, the two agents and then what have you started fighting and doing all their thing. Then from nowhere, a gentleman by name Kola, it is alleged that his name is Kola. We are here to confirm his real name. I understand his name is Kola. Kola, who happens to be a sympathizer of the incumbent government, NPP, from nowhere gave out a shot. And so he shot Pius on the left leg. The bullet entered and then exited. And so he has two broken bones. The X-ray we had indicated that one of the bones needs to be supported with metal. And we are hoping to take him about 18 months before he can be fully recovered. But the doctors have assured us that they will do everything possible to give him the necessary support. As it stands now, Pius is still at the Ridge Hospital. He's quite stable, and we want to take this opportunity to wish the family well. I know they didn't take this easy, but we have done everything. The management of Newswatch has done everything possible to support, together with the family, to keep him very stable, give him all the necessary medical support. So I wish to inform all of you that Pius is quite stable, he's out of danger, and the doctors are doing everything possible. Hopefully, I'm told that today is not looking good because some of the lab results could not come in early. They had wanted to process the surgery today, but it doesn't look like it is possible because they have to treat the wound and then look at some other medications we needed to buy. In fact, we can find it. So from here, if not this press conference, I should still be roaming looking for it because they'll use it maybe tomorrow or Friday for him. So hopefully on Friday, as indicated, he should go through the surgery, and we pray that he gets recovered. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bob. When President was speaking, he had alluded to the insurance package offered to us by SIC. Fortunately, we have officials of the SIC insurance here who will come and reiterate the offer they made to us. We are fortunate to have the head of corporate and special risk, Mr. Emmanuel Sempeneme-Mensah, and also Paula. Before then, hold on, please. Before Mr. Sempeneme-Mensah comes, and he's here with Paula Anagla, who is also from his office. Before then, I want to call Doreen, who was also at that same collation center when the incident occurred. And as we say, it is always better to hear from the horse's own mouth. So, Doreen, please come and share your experience with us. Thank you. A round of applause for her.
Well, good afternoon, colleagues, the president of the GJ and every other official here. Like our General Secretary said, my name is Doreen, I work with GBC. Yesterday, we went to cover the collation of the results at Ablekuma Central. And as you heard my other colleague said, there was a shooting incident. Fortunately for me, my colleague from GTV and I, somehow found ourselves outside the building. And we just heard noise from inside the building. So I was just asking my colleague, do you hear that noise coming from there? She says she's not too sure. So we move some steps ahead, and then the guns started going off. We just heard gunshots going off, and we're just so scared. We're running, and I was in the GJ reflector that was given to us. So I was running, and then I heard one of the guys who was outside the compound behind the wall say that, look at one of those electoral officials. And so he just picked the stone and then he threw it at me. And I was so scared. I had not experienced that kind of thing before. And so in my attempt to just escape from that, I fell, and then I got bruises all over my hands, my thighs, my legs, and it was really a scary experience for me. I had not really experienced something like that. I'm choosing between life and death, and then just trying to stay alive. And that's all. All that I would have to say. It's really a scary experience. Fortunately, this morning when I went to work, I was picked from work, and I went to the Ridge Hospital. I got some treatment, and so I've just gotten some swelling on my hand and other parts, but I'm much better now. I'm much better. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doreen. It must have been a traumatic experience. Sorry about that. May I acknowledge the presence of the Executive Secretary of the National Media Commission, Mr. Josaph. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Now, I invite Mr. Emmanuel Sempene Mensah to come and encourage us with the package they have.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Mr. President of the GJA. Good afternoon, Media Commission member. I bring you greetings from SIC. What do I say? I'm just imagining this whole process without the journalists being around. How would it have been like? This election without journalists would have been very, very, very bad. Would have been something nobody could have even spoken of. Because I believe that when they even see, as my sister just said, when they saw the uniform, they said, Bakunye. If you had not been there, it would have been a different story. SIC, we are most happy to be associated with you. And I tell you, we are still with you. No matter the circumstances, we will still support you. We have a package for you, as I mentioned the last time we came here. We said that we are giving each member minimum 3,300, maximum 3,300 cedis a month for injuries. And then we are giving you 40,000 cedis for total disability or death per year. We still stand by that. In the SIC, our promises are always sacred. What we say is what we do. So when we heard of this, we said, no, we have to be here. So please, as the Fantima will say, or the Akan will say, we'll do what we have said. And we still stand by you. We give you the vim, go and get things done properly. Do the right thing. Be bold. Come out freely and say the story as it is. And SIC is firmly behind you. So worry not at all. Pious issue would attend to it as early as possible. We'll be with him. I'll try that tomorrow. I'll take a team of management there to go and visit him. so that we'll see how he's doing. But journalists of Ghana, we are with you. Do your work professionally and do it the way you are going about it. The whole world is talking about journalism in Ghana. I went to the international media really, and everybody is saying how you have performed. A lot of things would have gone wrong without you. So please, the dream is for you. Go ahead. Thank you so much. Greetings from SIC.
I was going to ask, but before I did, the president gave me the liberty to invite Mr. George Sapon, the executive secretary of the National Media Commission, to come and share a few thoughts with us.
Thank you very much, Kofi. Mr. President, thank you very much, and there's Linda, and then our friends from SIC. But at the personal level, it's been ages. Yes. And also to thank all of you for coming. I have three things to say. Number one is to commend all of us here for the seriousness with which we have treated this matter. And I'm particularly glad that the leadership of GJA and SIC at this short notice quickly come to solidarize with everybody and to make the most powerful statement that we can't allow this to go on. The second thing is that we need to pursue this matter beyond the health of our colleagues. The most important thing is the health of any member of ours who is at stake. We need to assure the family that we are with them. We need to show our solidarity with them and to calm them down. But beyond that, all of us need to remobilize, as the president has consistently said, that we can't allow this kind of impunity to go on. The only reason why our colleagues risk their lives is because the people of Ghana are entitled to make a choice about their leadership. And they're entitled to know how that process is managed and it goes. And that is the only reason why any one of us would be out working. So it's important that, first of all, we seek their help, but beyond that, must pursue justice in this matter. The third thing, Mr. Chairman, is what you have so brilliantly started with SIC. But in addition to that, to pursue the safety of journalists issue that we've put on the agenda and that we are seeking to complete. My hope is that, as difficult as the moment is, our partners in the search for safety for the journalists, and I particularly wish to commend the Honorable Minister for Information, Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah, in this particular matter, UNESCO and all our colleagues. This is the time that we need everybody. So in addition to what SIC is going to do for us, my plea is that this offers a practical opportunity for all our partners also to join in to make sure that whoever is involved in this, either by physical hurt or emotional hurt, anybody who is traumatized, will all rally to be able to support them. And finally, Mr. President, our collective resolve to offer our colleagues training and strategies about how to respond to situations like this becomes a bit more heightened. Maybe we don't have to wait till another elections, but immediately after this election, the lessons that we have learned, we need to begin to engage our colleagues in a manner that make them safer in the performance of our duties as journalists. I want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle George. And he was just informing us he was in a meeting, but as soon as he heard about the press conference, he had to rush here. We very much appreciate that. May I remind us all that we are live on Atinka, and we want to thank Atinka for carrying this press conference live, and all Atinka TV, all other media houses for also attending. We will open the floor for questions and answers, but before then, Mr. President, may you indulge me once more to invite Mr. Justice Mingle to come and share a few thoughts with us. Thereafter, we'll open the floor for questions and answers. If you may have any concerns that you may want to share with us. Mr. Justice Mingle. Shall we applaud him?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my president and SIC and the vice and everybody here. In fact, Kofi's taking me off guard. He never told me that he was going to call me, so I've never put my thoughts together. But once a soldier, always a soldier. In fact, Doreen is with us at GBC Radio News, and this morning when I saw her, I nearly cried because she had scratches all over her body, and she couldn't eat. She was taken to the Greater Accra Medical Hospital, and I think she was admitted and drips were put on her. It's very sad. In fact, through no fault of ours, we go to the field and we are taking through such drills, which of course, had she lost her life, it would have been pathetic. So, well, like our president used to tell us, we must go for the story, but not be the story. When we go on such assignments, let's be cautious and maybe leave areas that are dangerous, because the collection center, as soon as you heard the firing, you could have left the place. But with the eagerness to get something for Radio Ghana, I think she stood her grounds and decided to cover the story. So all that I can say is, well, we sympathize with her.
It's election 2020, and this is your election headquarters. It's on the Joy News channel, also on Joy 99.7 FM, myjoyonline.com. You're tweeting at us at #ElectionHQ. We're also on DSTV channel 421. GoTV is channel 144, and our coverage is brought to you in association with Petrol Soul. Clean fuel in full quantity is always a delightful experience. Cowbell Coffee, taste it, love it, and that's what is keeping us awake, isn't it? And then McDan Shipping and Logistics Limited, your total logistics partner. Padeva Limited, your home of molding furniture. DDP Outdoor Limited, serving great brands throughout the years. Festiva is adding flavors to your life. You know the brand that will make your festive season the best, and it's Festiva. And Wotriye Lotteries, *787#. That's the ish now. *787#. Ghana's premier and biggest jackpot lottery and HEPA Plus mixture for your general well-being. They are making our coverage of election 2020 possible. We are still on the path to 50+1, and we're doing this till 5, and then we hand over. And we're giving you extensive coverage. This is your home of credible, fearless, and bold journalism. This is Joy News. I am Emefa Pao, and I'm here with my colleague
Benjamin Akakpo. We're keeping you company all the way till 5 o'clock, and the coverage doesn't end there. We're going to keep coming your way until even after we get, the official declaration of the results from the Electoral Commission. Don't you forget, we are your election headquarters. #election HQ. So there's quite an exercise we're going to be doing shortly. MFR, would you like to walk us through?
I thought you're on your feet because you're feeling sleepy, but you feel like playing a game.
Yes, I feel like playing a game.
Okay, so
right here on our smart wall.
So we're going to play a game on the smart wall.
Right.
There are a number of things that I'm curious, itching to know about.
Right. So you get to be boss.
No.
You tell me what to do, and I'll do it on the screen.
I get to ask what I want to know. Then you help me because you know it all when it comes to the smart wall. So what we have the map of Ghana.
We have the map of Ghana, and when you look at it right now, I mean, it paints a bit of a picture because you would see a lot of green. Let me just drag this back here. You would see a lot of green, which actually represents places where the NDC has won, and the blues represent where the NPP has won. But don't you forget about voter populations and population concentrations in certain places. You would notice that in the Ashanti region, for example, some 47 constituencies there. And you see that little bit. I just don't want to go into the Ashanti region, but that would be Asawase. That is the little dot of a green there. Eventually, we'll get into that. But how about we start from, say, the Greater Accra
region. Okay, region. But I must issue this caveat though. What we have, that's the population of the map, as in the red, the blue and the green, is out of 258 constituencies that we have out of the 275 constituencies that we're hoping to have in full. And so that's what we're doing now. So we're doing the Greater Accra region. Where are we starting from?
And when you look at, just to clarify, the white areas, they are unconfirmed so far. So just select any place. I mean, apart from Shai Osudoku, which I've highlighted, let's talk, for example, let's get into Adenta.
Okay.
For example. And when you go to the presidential constitutional for 2020, let's see what exactly happened in the Adenta constituency, which was actually lost by Yabobina Samwa. Now, the winning party would be John Dramani Mahama's NDC with 52.8%, 60+ thousand of the votes. The incumbent, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, with 52,000, a difference there of about 8,000, a little less than 8,000. But it would be interesting to find out what the dynamics were in the year 2016.
Okay.
So notice that the difference was about 8,000. Now, in 2016, when it comes to Adenta, it was actually the NPP that was on top here with 34,546 of the votes, which means that, the voter turnout must have been much bigger in 2020 because the population did shoot up a bit. And here, John Dramani Mahama getting 32,000 of, the votes then. So quite a net gain, if we may just go back. Here we have 32,000 and 34,000. And in 2020, we have 52,000.
So the voter turnout here,
60,000. The turnout, 75%. So it paints a certain picture about
the valid votes,
turnout.
113,000.
Exactly. So you look at the jump there. Now 113,000 in 2020. When you go to 2016, 67,257. So obviously the changes, the dynamics, and obviously maybe even the add-ons when it comes to new voters would have impacted, the shoot there. But when you go to the parliamentary, here's the picture. Maybe we should start from 2016. Now in 2016, Yawabena Samoa was the winning candidate there with some, the valid votes being 67,000 plus, and he got 33,000. Now, mind you, his own candidate got around 32,000 thereabouts. Now, 33,000 for him, 32,000 plus for the NDC's Mohamed Ramadan. Now, Ramadan came back
in 2020.
He got 48.6%, and in 2020, the tale of the tape is that Ramadan has now overturned this with 63,000 and only 49,000. So that's a gap of about 14,000 for Ramadan this time. Now, mind you, in the initial one from 2016, it was just about 2,000 thereabouts. Now, look at the gap that has been given here. So
let's not
quite a
forget
picture.
The voter turnout is higher.
Exactly. 75%. percent. And another interesting one would be Francis Xavier Sosu's
very close to
Medina. And in 2020, of course, this is where he is contesting his first time, and he has been able to unseat Boniface Sadiq, who just got 42.8% of the votes, 46,000, and Francis Xavier Sosu getting 61,000. Another big
and
gain.
Speaking
there.
to Evans Mensah and Winston Amwa earlier, he was shocked at the margins.
Yes.
He knew he was going to win.
He knew he was going to win. He was confident, but the margin he didn't expect to be this big. Out of the 108,000. Neither did I think it would be this big. And let's just go to 2016, where Francis Xavier Sosu was not actually contesting. Now, then it was Sadiq going against Sorogo.
Yeah, he was the incumbent then.
Exactly. And here, of course, the lower numbers, 31,650 for Sorogo, 40,000 for Sadiq. So you can see that Sadiq has lost ground, maybe not in terms of votes because the voter turnout is bigger now, but in terms of the portion of the votes that he's actually got. Any other? Where did you vote, MFR?
Ablekuma North.
Ablekuma North. So let's do this and look for Ablekuma North, which should be here.
Corner there.
Right. So no, that is Okaikwe South. Let's go to Ablekuma North.
Yeah.
Now in 2016, with a valid voter turnout of about 81,000, Nana Efriye of the NPP got 66.8% of the votes with 54,000, 26,000 for the NDC's candidate. Let's check out what the tail of the tape is.
So Nana Efriye did not contest. She lost the primaries.
Exactly. Exactly.
In the primaries. But Sally still contested in 2020. So let's look at what happened in 2020.
So let's check out the parliamentary in 2020. And Sheila Bartels here with 64.2%. In fact, there were pictures of her with people pouring powder on her and all of that. So she has been able to actually retain this seat for the MPP. 54,000 of the votes, and there too.
You know the history of Sheila Bartels and Kwamina Bartels. That's the daughter, and Kwamina Bartels retained the seat for how long? A number of years.
Quite a long time.
Before giving it over to Joe. So it's not surprising that Sheila Bartels,
his daughter, has come to take it up.
Inroads from the primaries all the way to winning this particular seat. Of course, this area, the Ablekuma North area, has always been an NPP seat.
It has.
I've lived there for over 30 years, and it's always been an NPP seat.
So interesting dynamics there. We could say the same about Hannah Tete's, sister as well. Sometimes the pass on. So interesting dynamics
I'm
here
interested in
as well.
Wejagbawe. Okay, so it's still blue.
So Wejagbawe is still blue. Let's quickly go there.
But I would want to see the trends in terms of the gains she made in 2016.
So maybe let's just check out parliamentary, of course, and let's check out the trend. And if you take a look at the trend, you look at 2008, of course, the MPP has been winning that seat, but you go to 2008 and you see here for the parliamentary, the MPP winning with some 53.7% of the votes, actually more than they got for the presidential with 52%.
Tina gave them the highest in 2016.
Exactly the case.
Of the votes in the percentages.
Exactly the case.
And Nanado also got the highest since 2008 when that constituency was carved out.
Yes.
Okay.
So in 2016, for example, you see that they're getting 61.6%, which is the last election. Impressive. But in the parliamentary, there was a bit of a drop.
And she was contesting against Obobia Dakopoko in 2016 there in the Wejagbawe constituency. So in spite of President Akufo-Addo getting 61.6%,
exactly,
Tina Mensah had 57.3%.
4 percentage points being lost by...
I'll write that down. Let's go to 2020 in terms of how she fared. So she got 46,000 back then in 2016. What did she get in 2020?
So let's do this. Now, in 2020, as far as that constituency is concerned, Tina Mensah now gets 46,875.
Just about the same votes.
Of the votes, 58.1%. And then Clayland Eisen getting 32,000, about 14,000 shy of, about 14,000 shy of what Tina Mensah gets. So those are the dynamics in
but she's increased in terms of percentages.
Increased,
yes. At what she got.
58.1%, because the last one we saw was 57 point something percent, while the presidential candidate had got about 61%. Now, let's look at some other areas, and maybe Ningo Pram Pram would be interesting because of Sam George. Maybe a quick look at 2016, just for the comparative analysis. When you do 2016, of course, he won there. He is the incumbent. And 23,860 of the votes, accounting for 63%. Then Sylvester Tete with 13,588 of the votes, accounting for 35.9%. Question is, was Sam Jatta George able to make any gains? Let's find out as we come to 2020. And yes, indeed.
Massive gains.
Massive gains there. 46,000. That's quite an add-on.
From the previous 33,860. Now, this year, 2020, is
46,661. Now, we had our
7.7% of the vote.
Exactly. We had our concerns about whether Sam George would even be able to, because even in his political party's primary, he won by just a handful of votes. And we felt, if even within his party, he was struggling to get votes, what would it mean contesting in the constituency? But it doesn't appear Alexander Mate, who came to replace, the other candidate they fielded in 2016, Stephen Tete, was able to do much, because in fact there was a drop in the votes here as far as the NPP's candidate is concerned.
Okay, so I think we've done enough of the Greater
Accra region. So let's do some other
somewhere
regions.
else apart from the Greater Accra region. So maybe let's do the Northern region. Or
maybe before the Northern region, let's do the Eastern region.
Okay.
The Eastern region, because predominantly the Eastern region votes MPP.
Yes.
And it is interesting this time around in places like, Akwetia, for example, seeing what happened there. Let's check out the presidential voting in Akwetia in 2016. Now, in 2016, Akufo-Addo winning massively by 14 plus percentage points there. 21,000 versus John Dramani Mahama's 15,000. Now, you check out the trend and look at it. 1996, of course, the NDC taking it. Since that time, it has been the NPP all through. 58%, 55%, 54%, 50%, and 56%.
The highest being
now,
in 2000.
The highest being in 2000. But here too, you would notice a bit of a flop, diminishing returns until, in 2016,
it came back up.
The ante is upped there. But of course, when it comes to the parliamentary, in 2012, a bit of a shocker here with the NDC garnering this 50.4%. So that's it with the trends there. But now that we've seen what Akwetia presented in 2016 for the presidential, let's check out what it presented in 2020. So let's note down those figures. 21,000 for Akufo-Addo, 15,000 for John Dramani Mahama. When we come to 2020, again, it is 21. John Dramani Mahama increases by about 1,000 votes, but the figure for the MPP is static, almost around the same figure. So
this
not
time
too much
drop in the percentages, because it used to be 56.9%.
Exactly.
In 2016. Now we're seeing 55.5% in 2020. And Mr. Mahama gained what? It's now 42.3%.
41.3.
It used to be 42.3%.
Right.
Now it's 41.3%.
But that would also be because of the turnout.
The turnout and then the valid votes.
Exactly. Also. So there's been an increase in the votes, but because of the turnout, it also shoots up and his percentage is less. But it gets interesting when you look at the fact that Nana Akufo-Addo is winning in Akwetia. But let's check out the parliamentary and how that turns out. Let's start with 2020, the current figure. Now, with the parliamentary, that's where there's a flip And Henry Wache of the NDC actually takes it with 19,000 plus votes. And here, Ernest Kumi earns a little shy of that with 18,000 plus votes. And there's a bit of a drop in the votes here, which tells you that some people may not have voted in the parliamentary, maybe as a form of protest, which in a way has accounted for the NDC's candidate
and
to
of
take
course,
Akwete.
Ernest Kumi, the issue we've been talking about earlier about the party forcing candidates on the delegates to vote for them, the issue about lack of democracy in that process comes to play here because the figures are speaking to that.
Well, so interesting dynamics.
Because I must say, you recall, was going independent, the president spoke to her and she rescinded.
She had to step back,
of course,
and all of that. And that, in fact, would create a situation where...
And since she's on the ground, maybe her supporters may have done this in protest.
It just might have been the case. Should we maybe go to Fomena before we go up north? So
we're going to the Ashanti region.
The Ashanti region, definitely. So let's hit the Ashanti region. And that's going to be a bit of a big one, finding Fomena. So
right there, down there, down. That's it. That's Fomena. You just
great. So let's go to Fomena. And that's the interesting dynamic here. It's not giving us the full...
That's the independent candidate. He's won that.
So it's a typical, you find it in the Ashanti region. I mean, this table will show you. But maybe looking at the trends, you would see that, yes, there have been some increments. It's been flipping and flopping in terms of the voting pattern. So 96, 64%, but then you look 70, 70-ish. Then in 2012, 60-something, and then we come back to the 70s. And it reflects in the parliamentary voting as well. But when you go here and you look at 2016, you find that, so we've gone to a different...
That's it, it's still down there.
Fomena.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Fomena in 2016, we have Andrew Esiama, who is the incumbent, who actually got 14,000 plus of the vote, 72%, and William Ajay Mensah just getting a paltry 20.5%. And Andrew Esiama is the same person who defected from the, if you like, from the party when he decided to go independent.
With the same issues about primaries.
Exactly. Now, let's find out. And he will be a
deciding factor, depending on how it goes, because already they are concerned about whether the NPP, if they're able to win this election, will still get the majority in Parliament.
Right now, it's looking like it's neck and neck in Parliament, and he could be the decider.
Yeah.
So let's check out.
But he has already mentioned that he's doing this for the NPP.
Right.
But it remains to be seen if...
well, we'll see what he does when he gets... Because he's one of those who have made it to the 8th Parliament in the Fourth Republic. But right before that, so now we see what has happened here with regard to the Ashanti region for Mena. It came earlier with the independent candidate, but we know that he has
Bekwai is right on top of
Bekwai is right on top, yes. Maybe we should do, for the sake of comparative analysis, 2016
first.
So in 2016, this was the picture that was actually painted.
That's Jose Usu, the
Joe Wise,
Speaker of Parliament.
Yes. Yeah. So 49,000 of the votes. Jantwa Mary with 7,000 plus of the votes out of the chunk of 57,000. Now,
huge win there for
the gap 42,000 plus. So we come to 2020 then, and what is the picture here? Well, it's pretty much the same, though it's a different candidate being fielded by the NDC.
You don't have the independent candidates on there because we had Lawyer Mufa contesting as an independent candidate, still on the issues about primaries. So he went independent against Jose Usu. Jose Usu came into power under the same circumstances. We don't.
And I know the issue with Jose Usu and protecting some members of Parliament and all of that.
But you see that he's dipped in terms of the figures.
He's dipped slightly. But in this instance, you would see that it is not like the Fomena.
No, the percentages, Ben.
The percentages may tell
6.1%.
Look,
now it's 61.5%.
Yes, but you look at the number. Let's look at this: 40,275. So maybe we should just do this. Let me just do this now. The number we're looking at here 40,275. That is for Joe Wise. And then 2,877 for the NDC. Let's go back and take a look at
first gains. Okay.
So we can go to parliamentary. I think I have to let go of this first before we can get to that one.
Okay. These choice sometimes.
Yes, so it can be a bit getting rid of
right there.
This one can be a bit of an issue.
Okay.
So a bit of a hassle we're going through now. But basically what I was trying to get to was the initial figure from the parliamentary, and it appears this is still in there. Let me see whether I can just let go of this and come back. Okay. So
that's okay. That's okay. So
this. Okay. Still trying to get.
So we're trying to take a look at the Bekwai constituency, and then also look at the gains made by Jose Owusu, and then take a look at the figures in terms of what we've seen previously in 2016 and then now in 2020. So that's the situation that we have with Jose Owusu. So then we'll take a look at it. And then
we'll be getting to that shortly.
We've been arguing about the figures that he got in 2016 and what he got here in 2020, knowing that there's been an independent candidate that's been challenging him. Lawyer Kwesi Amofa, we are told, also made some major inroads, major gains as against what Jose Owusu did. There have been issues about votes buying, allegations of the EC official meeting Joe Wise at an ungodly hour way before the elections. These are some of the issues that came up, but Jose Owusu managed to maintain that seat.
At least in that constituency, you can see that whatever threats there were from the independent candidate did not come to bear, like we saw in Fomena, where it was very palpable. Yeah. We're just waiting for this to refresh so that we can get back to the map. It would have been interesting to see what exactly the differences were, because what I saw were marginal, though the percentages changed wildly, but what I saw was actually marginal. It's taking quite a bit of time.
That's okay, because you've been playing with it for too long. It has to rest as well. So, but that's fine. You've really enlightened me on some of these figures for 2016, 2020. It's interesting. Once we're able to do that, Damongo is an area that I would want us to take a look at.
In the Savannah
Tawakilu and Abu Jinapo.
Right.
Wanted to know the 2016 trend, and then also 2020, how it looks like. But this current parliament, 26 incumbents of the NPP lost their seats. 26 of them, they lost their seats. And out of that, we have 21, which are ministers, or deputies or ministers of state. Yeah. Interesting, but this is for.
And let's not forget the roles they are playing in Parliament. Some of them,
most of them on major committees. Some of them deputies, Attorney General, and I'm wondering if the president is able to win this. We're told, of course, the figures that we have, 258 out of 275. He is in the lead, but we're waiting for the Electoral Commission to give us that final result. We've been taking a look at if he wins, and these are mostly deputies. We don't know if Dr. Bernard Okoboy will remain a deputy health minister. We know that the president He could.
I mean, at the behest of the president, he could. But it could also mean that, because there are certain ground rules that we've decided when it comes to those in Parliament and constituting, the part of those who become ministers.
Okay, well, we'll take a look at that and see if indeed Dr. Bernard Okoboy will remain a deputy minister. Also, Dienjok Penka, whether he also remain a deputy attorney general, whether Afolekwe will remain the fisheries minister, and also Derek Odo, whether he will remain the
How about Anthony Kabu?
Minister. Anthony Abeifa Kabu, whether he will remain the deputy roads minister. Also, Yao Babien Samwa, okay, so he is the communications officer of the NPP. We'll see how that will turn out. George Anda whether he will remain the Deputy Communications Minister. So we'll see. And then Barbara Shaisi, will there be a major thinking? Because if these are your soldiers and they were unable to retain their seats, we'll look at it, whether indeed what really went wrong.
Maybe the parliamentary elections have done the reshuffle for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, should he actually win the presidency. Okay.
Well, Ben, we'll just take a quick break at this point. We're just in the dying embers of our segment here on Path to 50 plus 1. Mama Vio Swabwaje, and then of course Kojo Yankson will be taking over. I'm tired. I think.
I think we've done our bit.
Yeah, I think so. But of course, we love to do this. We'll bring you some picture stories here on TV, and you need to be part of this. I always say that you need to download the My Joy Online app on your phone, on your tablet, everywhere. Just download it. Play Store is available. On the App Store also it's available. I always say it's clearer on an iPhone, on an iProduct, unashamedly. Also on Huawei.
You have to say that.
Also on Huawei, you can download it and then you can be part of this. But our radio audience will take a quick break as well. We're back shortly.
One Ghana cedi pay. Enjoy your Dano milk and be strong. This advert is vetted and approved by the FDA.
Salt and Light Music Ministry and your favorite choir, the Harmonious Chorale, present a festival of 9 lessons and carols, virtual edition, to celebrate the one whose birth we commemorate at Christmas. He is Jesus, Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6b. Date Sunday 13th December 2020. Time 5 p.m. Subscribe to the Harmonious Chorale Ghana YouTube channel and come, let's together fill our hearts with the peace and joy that Christmas brings. For further information, contact 0268 130 615 or 0243 588 467 and 0302 772 013.
Are you looking for quality products from Europe? Builders Bazaar. Builders Bazaar has brought into Ghana quality kitchens, fireproof doors, carpet tiles, and curtains. Locate Builders Bazaar at the first floor of the Ecobank building at Laboni, in Kumasi at the Home Avenue Limited near Patasi Police Depot. Spend 30,000 Ghana cedis with Builders Bazaar and pay in 6 months with no interest through our partner banks. Builders Bazaar is here for real estate developers, architects, project managers, interior decorators, and all retailers. Call Builders Bazaar on 050-410009 or 0557-855593. Builders Bazaar, a redefinition of household elegance.
One Ghana cedi pay. Enjoy your Dano milk and be strong. This advert is vetted and approved by the FDA.
Paetia Obayansa Foso Bunuya one kana sam Zema futu sam kakre wa supreme Yo kofi oh my ya woman
Election shouldn't be a do or die issue. It's life after election. I've been around a while and I hang out with a lot of political leaders. I perceive in my spirit that we need to do a lot of praying to save this nation from some of the troubles we hear elsewhere. There are certain signals on the wall that don't augur well for the peace of the nation. And there are elements of desperation that don't speak well. Very delicate issue. I think the church must rise up.
Oh
Asampaetia Obayansa foso wo bunuye won kana asam Te mafutu sam kakre wa supreme Yo kofi Omani ya woman Omani ya mama Yeni baby ako Wacha ta ya wareni
Joy 99.7 FM
Election shouldn't be a do or die issue. It's life after election. I've been around a while and I hang out with a lot of political leaders. I perceive in my spirit that we need to do a lot of praying to save this nation from some of the troubles we hear elsewhere. There are certain signals on the wall that don't augur well for the peace of the nation. And there are elements of desperation that don't speak well. Very delicate issue. I think the church must rise up.
I'm Benjamin Akakpo, and we ought to clap for ourselves. We've done this lap, this dawn lap, 1 to 5, and Kojo and Mama V taking over from here. Do stay with us, and don't you forget to reach out to us via social media with the hashtag ElectionHQ. All right, so this is where we wrap up. Do stay with us.
And this is your election headquarters. Do stay with us.
star 787 hash. Christmas came early. I woke up dreaming about two things. This beautiful car.
Ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is.
And this big jackpot. With only 5 Ghana cedis, you stand the chance to take home these 2 prizes and more with thousands of cash prize each Saturday in December. What you waiting for? Pick your phone now and dial star 787 hash to play and win. Star 787 hash. Obiedi, won't you bet me
all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. I love those Jingle bells.
We are saying you, as I say, I read also and get to one yakesi. And I'm so near with Uncle for say, Apomodima papa, anything.
Apomodini say, Oberboy Juma, Aquaba, Unti Brevia.
I'll want them Rosro. So be sippy, Sita, Anna. So be a bo heavy, Debia.
Oh, you are Obia Pahonding, Obia Penqua, a drone. Pepper Plus mixture. When now no more, and come one in your Modia Quitian, and what beer at the bone you pay. Pepper Plus mixture, Emma Pomodimapa.
Pepper Plus mixture, and woman you pay Jenny-pa. Pepper Plus mixture, and your monk now when you feel to me, I pay for Anna Batai. FD, I should side get your cratoim. I just to say, yeah.
Pepper Plus mixture, Emma Pomodimapa.
No way, pass the tip of the declaring plastic and what? And then no. Can you not touch with them? They against you. Actually, as I can introduce DBS Lifestyle Guest Trusses. Emma, they say, baby, I say, Yama minimum the day. And you know, you would dance. And no crow. No, send in your Benina and your papa. So, DBS Lifestyle Guest Trusses. They're the computer not generated. It's the end, Nadine goes for a straight. And if you say, I am not guilty, then want to mean the enemy. A good answer, I feel finito. More musicians saw that. More musicians factories, and I said that is a piano.
Hello, your friend Kwesi. Na me ma kwaba de ba me class your friend why wade. And never to me boas ya cheche o senia. Ubetumi ma wo MTN mo no aye adwuma ma wo yie. Say emfa ho bia bia wo. Wa ankasa betumi ma wo MTN mo no aye adwuma ma wo. I am ready to say DIY bro ni besie. Enti why wade. Kenya wo MTN mo wallet no say sia. Ene ma we mfi say obe like na wa subscribe me class yi.
Enti so wa ankasa activate wo MTN mo account no e wo phone so. Eno an say obe dial star 170 hash. Now what the akwanchira e be this word so. Enti koso for MTN mo no to our bills. Package wakatia. Na safa to airtime. If you say we are good together. We there for you everywhere you go.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation. Over the past 45 years, we've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products, and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we are poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
Joy 99.7 FM.
morning. Welcome to the second morning after.
Yeah, the second morning after. My name is Mama Vio Swabwaje.
I'm Kujo Youngson, and we're still with you on the path to 50+1, live on the Joy News channel and, of course, on Joy 99.7 FM and every single digital platform you can imagine on this planet.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for choosing us. We're live on Joy 99.7 FM here in Accra, also on Love 99.5 in Kumasi. Of course, we're free to air here on Joy News, but you can also get us, and I guess that some of you are watching us on Multi TV, on DSTV channel 421, on Go TV channel 144, also live on Joy Prime.
And don't be fooled if you're going to find out who wins. It'll be here. So stay with us.
Okay.
Right, let's get started. Now, in the 2020 elections, there's been an impressive average voter turnout of about 79%. Now, if you take the 258 constituency provisional results that we've already published here at Multimedia, you're left with 17 constituencies. Now, out of the 258 published, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is leading John Dramani Mahama by 491,767 votes.
Now, the 17 remaining constituencies that were yet to put out have about 1.25 million valid voters, with an average of 79% voter turnout. This could translate into 980,000 votes. There are two leading contenders, of course, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and John Dramani Mahama. Kojo.
Very true. So, for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to achieve the 50%+1 or more votes, how many ballots of the remaining would he need?
Well, on the other hand, for John Dramani Mahama to achieve the 50%+1 or more votes, how many of the remaining votes does he need?
That's really the big question. Now, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo would need 337,887 votes, representing 33.87% of the remaining 980,000 votes to achieve 50%+1.
On the other hand, John Dramani Mahama would need some 829,654 votes, representing 83.15% of the remaining 980,000 votes to achieve the 50%+1.
Right. So based on our analysis here at your election headquarters, John Dramani Mahama has a much more difficult path to 50+1 than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, whose path is much easier. The strong room of your election headquarters awaits the publication of the remaining 17 constituency results, and we will, of course, keep bringing you updates.
So there's a lot to expect here on our show the morning after the morning after the main election on December 7th. So it's not over yet until it is really over. Stay with us. We'll bring you some analysis as our guests join us, but we'll also be reminding you of some of the things that you missed. Maybe you've been sleeping. A lot has been happening.
A lot indeed, including some jubilation.
Just like the governing MPP's headquarters, we are seeing similar jubilation here at the headquarters of the opposition NDC. They are now teaming up gradually. The number is building up, and we expect that
NDC is coming again, and the people say,
why are you here at this time of?
Because Enano Yanda, Mahama, and it's in Nano Yana, Tama, but to say, you see a Casa and Sanada, as I Nayanda, youth, the Yabre, Akuvari Yampero, Ganakra, Janabre, move and the Kapamayan, and Yabre, and this Nabrio, Jampo, Kuma, and Yabre, and to know data and Yanda, so my young, 2 years, Omundicla, Yana, Yana, Yana,
So give me your name.
My name is Gabriel Kutogiba.
Why are you here at this time of the morning?
The reason why I'm here is that we, the Ghanaians, we want the betterness of Ghana. And we have gone out on the 7th of December to work for that. And looking at things, the results being collated, we are in the comfortable lead. We have to take control of Ghana. But it seems like some kind of manipulations are going on. We will not sit down until our hands are turned behind us that we start crying. No, we are here. We will be here until we are declared winners, because the visionaries is coming back again. The savior of Ghana is coming back again.
Let me go. Let me go.
We are not going to talk because of banana. No, see. We are not here because we want to hear that John Mahama won. Because we know very well that he won. You understand? Yes. We are here to jubilate. We are not waiting for any local commission to come out and lie for us. Because we know they are all criminals. They are going to steal.
No, he can't.
He's going to steal. He's going to steal. We know him. He did it. He did it in 2016. But because the NDC is a peaceful party, we decided to give it to them. But what Ghanaians should know that yes,
we are not observing the social distance. COVID-19.
We are not here because we want to know whether John Mahama won or not. We are here because we want to jubilate, because we know earlier said that John Mahama won.
This is the situation here at the NDC headquarters. We continue to bring you up to speed on developments here as and when it happens. This is Latif Idris reporting for Joy News.
Your election headquarters and election coverage is brought to you in association with Petrosol. Clean fuel in full quantity is always a delightful experience. Cowbell Coffee, taste it, love it. McDan Shipping and Logistics Limited, your total logistics partner. Padifa Limited, your home of modern furniture. DDP Aldo Limited, 7 great brands. Also, Festival, adding flavors to your life. Wutria Lotteries, hash... star 787 hash, Ghana's premier and biggest jackpot lottery, and HEPA Plus mixture for your general well-being. Well, the Electoral Commission has said that it has received results from 14 regions, and out of that, 7 of them have been certified. But as you saw there and heard, the 2 major political parties, their supporters are already jubilating. So you saw pictures and heard scenes from the NDC. We'll show you that of the NPP now.
Elections, the NDC and the MPP are both jubilating at their respective headquarters. Here at the NPP headquarters. It's no different from what the NDC has started at their Adabraka headquarters. And even here at the NDC headquarters, you would find that the stage is set. And if you look at the banner that is behind the stage, you would find 2020 presidential elections, President-elect Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So already the New Patriotic Party, based on their own polling and analysis of the numbers, are of a strong conviction that they are winning the presidential race, just like their opponents in the NDC. The stage is set, are waiting for whoever is going to address members of the press here at the party headquarters to say what we do not know. But if the inscription behind or on the backdrop is anything to go by, then the MPP is likely to also declare itself as victor in the presidential race as far as the 2020 presidential election is concerned. I'm going to engage some of the enthusiasts who are gathered here at the headquarters, and I've already taken over the floor, and I'll book it. Let's just engage this man here. He doesn't want to speak to us, and we are just trying to engage one or two of the... So, you give us your name.
Pacho, my name is Godfred Amoa.
What brings you here?
We said.
What brings you here?
Today, I'm enjoying my life. I know my party has to win. MPP has to win. So they have to declare the election. They have to declare it.
Who tells you your party has won?
Oh, you know that my party has to win. You know, you yourself know. And everybody know that MPP has won.
So I'm asking, who told you your party has won?
Oh, it be the 50, this thing we are going, you have to know that my party has won. So you don't want to... Thank you.
So he believes the party has won, and so he's here to jubilate, and that is why you find them on their dance floor. And let's also engage you here. You give us your name. You give us your name. All right, so she doesn't want to talk to us. You give us your name. What brings you here? What brings you here today? So the point she's making is that she is calling on the Electoral Commission to declare the results because she is confident her favorite, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has won the presidential race, and so she wants the Electoral Commission to declare the result for the president to secure a second term and continue with the work she started in the first term. Let's try and engage one last person. You give us your name.
Party office. No me di many be na ekoso. Enti say uhu bi say ya eye ani temame. E mo mo dia no kra ba ko pe. Ba bia mi fre. Me constituency. Aya amanfi east. Me MP Bolusu. I don't trust MPP Bolusu. E ti say me ba. Na me dia ni je. Abeka na 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 ya ji.
So she's coming all the way from the Western region.
Yes.
And she's here from Wasai-Kropong, but she's traveled away to Accra to the party headquarters to join in the celebration because she's also confident that President Akufo-Addo has secured a second-term bid. And so you find a number of party enthusiasts who have trooped here at the party headquarters jubilating because they are of the conviction that their party and the president, for that matter, has secured a second term. This is Latif Idris reporting from the NPP headquarters here in Accra.
So, both supporters of the two major political parties, the NDC and the NPP, believe that their candidate has won, really. But what's the Electoral Commission saying? Well, it was expected that at 5 p.m. the Electoral Commission would do the declaration. But that did not happen. The Electoral Commission has come out to explain. We would tell you exactly what the Electoral Commission has been saying. But so far, it says it has received results from 14 regions. Out of that, 7 have been certified. The remaining 7 results are going through certification process, and they've assured that they will release those results when they're duly certified. So the results still outstanding in some areas in Bono East and Northern. There are certified results from the Volta region, Northeast, Central, Ahafo, Upper West, Oti, and Bono. And the outstanding regions, Ashanti, Eastern, Western, Western North, Upper East, Greater Accra, and Savannah. So I'm just quickly going to run you through some of the areas certified by the Electoral Commission as they spoke to the media yesterday. So here are results from Bono, and per what the Electoral Commission has released, and this is the presidential results. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo garnered 292,604, and John Dramani Mahama has 203,329. So that's in the Bono region. Now, if you go to the Oti region, it puts Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as 103,865, and John Dramani Mahama has 181,021. So that's the Oti region. From Oti, we go to Upper West. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has 121,230. John Dramani Mahama has 238,972. In the Ahafo region, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has 145,584. John Dramani Mahama has 116,485. These are certified results as released by the Electoral Commission. In the Central region, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has 613,804. John Dramani Mahama has 538,829. From the Central region, we move to the Northeast region, where Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo garnered some 122,742, whilst John Dramani Mahama had 112,306. In the Volta region, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo got 100,481, whilst John Dramani Mahama got 606,508 from the Volta region. So that's what has been released by the Electoral Commission. But here's what Jean Mensah, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, said to the media yesterday, explaining why the declaration could not happen as she had promised, 5 p.m. on Tuesday.
So thank you very much for coming to the commission at short notice. We thought that it would be important to meet with you, to brief you on some issues that have arisen during the course of this evening. And I'm referring particularly to the Commission's inability to declare the results as planned at 5 p.m. today. I think the Commission had intended and had indicated its intention and willingness to declare the 2020 presidential election at 5 p.m. today. That is within 24 hours after the general election. However, we experienced quite a number of challenges, making it difficult for us to fulfill this promise. And what had happened was the unexpected rain that occurred in many parts of the country yesterday resulted in a number of voting interrupted. And the result was that long after voting, some centers had to continue their voting, and this led to some delays with voting and the subsequent collation of results. Naturally, this had an impact on our plans in the sense that our officers could not collate the results and forward them to the appropriate locations as planned. Secondly, we also experienced some challenges with the rain, and particularly in some of our areas in the hinterlands, but Western North to be precise. It was difficult for our officers to travel to the regional capital and to send the results there. So this led to some substantial delays, resulting in our receiving the results late. And this explains why the commission was not able to, release and declare the results as promised at 5 p.m. today. It's important to emphasize that the process is ongoing. As we speak, the commission has received 14 out of the 16 regional results. We have the National Collation Center, where we've had representatives of the political parties since yesterday. We have 2 reps for each party, and they are working with our own staff. As the results come in, the party representatives review them against what they themselves have received from the regions. And once they are satisfied that the results that have come to us from the regions is a true reflection of what they have received, they then append their signatures to it before the results are brought to my attention. As returning officer of the 2020 presidential elections, I then certified these results. Out of the 14 results received, we have certified 7 to date. To this point, we believe that by the end of the evening, we would have certified the remaining 7. We are expecting to receive the 2 in the early hours of this morning, that making up the 16, and then it will put us in a good place to declare the results. We've also put the 7 results that we've certified, received, approved, and certified on the various social media platforms and the website of the commission. So we are treating the citizenry to visit our websites and our social media platforms to review the results of the 7 regions that have so far been certified. It is important to note, and there may have been speculations of some attempts to manipulate the results. This is false. I think the process that we have is a very transparent and participatory process. And I think any interested Ghanaian is aware that at the polling station we have the political party agents with our officials at the polling station. At the end of the election, at the polling station level, parties then count the results, they collate them, and they document them on the face of the pink sheets, the statement of poll, and the agents of the parties then sign on to this. From the polling station level, the results are sent to the constituency collation centers, again in the presence of the political party agents. And at the constituency collation centers, all the results coming in from the various polling stations are collated and put on the face of the pink sheet and, signed on to by all the agents of the political parties. This is a very transparent and participatory process and involves both the Electoral Commission's officials and the political parties. This year, we have introduced a new level of transparency and inclusiveness. And what we've done is to introduce a regional collation center. So unlike the previous elections where constituency collation results were sent straight to the National Collation Center here at the head office, constituency results are sent to the Regional Collation Center. And there also we have the full involvement of the representatives of the political parties. So what happens is that every region collates all the constituencies in that particular region. And therefore, if a region has 20 constituencies, you find on the regional collation sheet the summary, the details of 20 constituency results. Additionally, we also have the regional summary sheet, and you find a summary of 20 constituency results. And this also involves the political parties in the sense that they approve this, they verify the information that is transported onto the collation sheets at the regional level, and they append their signature to it. So this is the level of participation of the political parties, making it impossible for anybody to rig an election. And therefore, if there may have been speculations out there in the public space in the last few hours, we entreat the public to ignore it, because the political parties append their signatures to these, collation sheets, regional collation sheets, starting from the polling station to the constituency and then to the region before it is sent to the National Collation Center. At the National Collation Center, I believe some of you may have witnessed what happens there. We find you have the representatives of the political parties who